Look for unclaimed money in a bank account, etc. Chapter 1. Unclaimed assets. How to find unclaimed money. In the United States, all unclaimed money ends up with the state treasurer's office. Unclaimed.org or missingmoney.com, the websites of the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators, offers a free search for unclaimed money and property. Every state treasurer's department has an office which is responsible for overseeing such things as abandoned and forgotten money, abandoned safety deposit boxes, heirs unable to be located, no will, investments such as stocks or securities, real estate, persons entitled to tax refunds, royalties, mineral proceeds, production payments, refunds due, paychecks, severance checks, utility deposits and money from the government. Often this money sits around unclaimed until the government takes it. Many states make only half-hearted attempts to notify owners of abandoned money because they're understaffed and the money goes into their coffers after a certain time limit expires, generally anywhere from 5 to 10 years. The most common reason for money abandonment is the death of a person who had not told his heirs where he had invested his money, and secondly, people who move without leaving a forwarding address and the institutions who have money for them have no way of contacting them. Over time, people may forget about their investments and it lays there dormant. Many people mistakenly think that they can leave money in a bank account for years on end without any activity and build up interest. However, banks have rules, and if there's no activity for a period of a year or two, they will try to notify the owner and then turn it over to the state unclaimed property office. One man claims that 9 out of 10 of us have lost money waiting around somewhere, usually in the form of a bank account or an investment left over by a deceased relative. If you want to check, just send your name to the state agency asking if there are unclaimed funds there that you could be entitled to. Go through all your old records and records of deceased relatives to see if you can dig up anything. When you write the unclaimed offices, include the full names of the relatives you're checking out, their maiden names and any other relevant information you might have, like the social security number. If you are approached by an heir searcher, then you know you have money somewhere, and at worst, all you will have to do is write letters to all the state unclaimed offices in the country. Just start from home and work your way out. When you write to your state unclaimed office, ask if they publish the names of all unclaimed recipients in state newspapers every year, which many of them do. Private institutions like banks, credit unions, investment firms, etc. hold onto money for a varying amount of years before they turn it over to the state unclaimed office. Hence, you may have to check with your state office several times after the death of a relative in case one of these institutions held assets during the interim then deposited them to the state office. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation at fdic.gov/funds/index.asp has a list of financial institutions that closed down, along with a list of depositors who have not redeemed their money in these bank accounts. HUD has refunded money of people who bought mortgage insurance when they bought a HUD home, but now that the house is paid off or the house has been sold, they are entitled to a refund of this insurance money. hud.gov/offices/hsg/comp/refunds/index.cfm. If a company you worked for went out of business, it does not necessarily mean that all of your pension disappeared. The federal government-run Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, PBGC, keeps tracks of pensions and work to ensure they are even after companies fold. pbgc.gov, 800-400-7242, Pension Benefit Guaranty Corp. pbgc.gov/search/default.htm. Millions of people have forgotten about or never received their tax refunds. The IRS is responsible for getting your unreceived tax refund to you from past years. You can expedite the process by contacting them if you know for sure you never got a refund you were supposed to get. IRS 800-829-1040. irs.gov. To search for unclaimed assets, use every name you have ever gone by, like current name, maiden name, previous married names, middle names, initials, nicknames, misspellings of your name. Unclaimed money could be in the form of bank accounts, Deposits with utility companies' escrow accounts. Insurance policies. Safe deposit boxes. Stocks, bond, mutual funds, dividends. Trust funds. Uncashed checks and wages. Make sure your will is always current. Keep records of your assets and holdings. Tell someone close to you where to find your records when you die. Many life insurance policies are not claimed. When banks, credit unions, and other financial institutions go bankrupt, the depositors' savings are generally insured, yet many do not come forward to claim their money. Contact your state banking commission to learn more. If you want to locate a life insurance policy, the following organization will request that about 100 of America's top insurance companies check through their records for it. The fee is about $5 per name. American Council of Life Insurance. 1001 Pennsylvania Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20004. 800-942-4242. acli.com. When someone dies without a will or heirs lining up with their hands out, their property goes into the control of the probate court and will stay there for a while until it is turned over to the unclaimed office after a certain amount of time. Probate courts are too busy to do probate searches. In order to do one, you should hire a private investigator or a professional probate researcher. Federal unclaimed money. There are several federal government agencies that are holding money in unclaimed benefits. Contact them for more information. Savingsbonds.gov, unclaimedsavingsbonds.irs.org, 800-829-1040, 800-829-1954 refund line. You have about 4 years to claim a tax refund. pbgc.gov/missing participant search.jsp, unclaimed pensions directory, Federal Pension Benefit Guarantee Corp. Bureau of Public Debt. Department of Treasury. POB 1328. Parkersburg, West Virginia 26106. 304-480-6112. Treasury.gov/treasury/bureaus. Unclaimed savings bonds and treasury bills. Federal Deposit Insurance Corp. 550 17th St. Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20429. 877 ASK FDIC 275-3342. fdic.gov/funds/index.asp. Look for bank accounts of deceased relatives. If you had money in a bank that folded, they insure every account holder up to $100,000. National Credit Union Administration. 1775 Duke St. Alexandria, Virginia 22314-3428. 703-518-6330. 703-518-6480, data. ncua.gov. Federal agency which regulates credit unions. Insurance is the accounts of failed credit unions. Federal Housing Administration. Distributive Shares Branch. POG 23699. Washington, D.C. 20036. 800-697-6967. 703-235-8117. HUD.gov. People who got FHA loans and either paid them off or defaulted are entitled to mortgage insurance refunds. Request Form 27050B. Internal Revenue Service. 1111 Constitution Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20224. 800 Tax Form. IRS.gov. Unclaimed Refunds. Office of Personnel Management. Number 1323B. 1900 E. St. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20415. 202-606-0500. OPM.gov. They handle all federal payroll, benefits, and benefits due to heirs. Pension Benefit Guarantee Corp. 1200 K. St. N.W. Number 930. Washington, D.C. 20005. 800-326-5678. pbgc.gov. Government agency which insures private pensions which go belly up to $27,000 a year per employee. Social Security Administration. 800-772-1213. ssa.gov. Unclaimed benefits checks. Veterans Administration. 800-827-1000. va.gov. Many programs. Unclaimed military pensions. Many servicemen in the reserves with 20 or more years service do not claim their pension benefits. Contact the following for more information. Army Reserve and National Guard. Personnel Office. Retired Affairs. 9700 Page Boulevard, St. Louis, Missouri 63132-5100. Navy Reserve. Retired Affairs. New Orleans, Louisiana 70146-5000. Air Force and National Guard. Retired Affairs. Denver, Colorado 80280-5000. Marine Corps Reserve. Retired Affairs. Overland PK, KS 66211 to 1408. Coast Guard Reserve. Retired Affairs. 2100 2nd St. Southwest. Washington, D.C. 20593-0001. The fact is that these government agencies can be stingy, so you might have to do a little bit of snooping on your own. There is an organization called Found Money, Inc. which has a setup on the internet where you can search for such unclaimed property on your own free, only paying a $10 fee when you find a hit. Regret to say I wasn't able to get their address, perhaps someone can send it to me. Gift cards in unclaimed database. If your name is on a gift card that has not been used, some of them go to your state government's unclaimed property office. Missingmoney.com, maintained the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators, NAPA. Unclaimed.org. Social Security Administration Unclaimed Benefits. The Social Security Administration sends out checks. If they go uncashed, they do nothing to find the owners of that money. It's up to you to find it. Know the Social Security number of anyone you want to search for benefits. You could be eligible for unclaimed SSA benefits if you are a beneficiary of a deceased loved one. ssa.gov. Unclaimed pensions. To avoid losing your pension, stay abreast of the company you're working for. If it changes ownership, find the new relevant information. If you move or change names, tell them. pbgc.gov/search pbgc.gov, pension resources. Unclaimed life insurance policies. Sometimes employers give life insurance policies. Sometimes banks give policies to account holders. Relatives and friends buy life insurance on their loved ones. When someone with life insurance dies, the life insurance company is obligated to do a short investigation, then pay the policy to the beneficiaries. You have to report the death to the life insurance company, but if you don't know it exists, life insurance companies probably won't proclaim that they owe money loudly even though they are supposed to by law. Life insurance benefits are put into state government unclaimed property assets. Perform a search of the unclaimed property databases in the states your deceased loved one lived in. There could be more than one life insurance policy of a person. Unclaimed.org. Missingmoney.com. National Association of Insurance Commissioners, NAIC. NIC.org. external-apps.nic.org/orphaned policy. Refund for FHA insured mortgage. People who got FHA loans and either paid them off or defaulted are entitled to the mortgage insurance refunds. hud.gov/offices/hsg/comp/refunds. How to make money as an air searcher. You can make money with the information in the previous section by locating heirs and charging a finder's fee for your services. Some states sell the lists to anyone, some states sell them only to professional air searchers, so it might be a good idea to get a letterhead made up and represent yourself as such. A few states like Alabama will only give someone access to records with power of attorney, but the other states are equally divided in selling their lists straight out for a fee ranging from $10 for Alaska to several $100s to states where you need to have a private investigator's license to gain access to the records. Some states allow you into their offices to search, but in others, you must purchase the list. It's not too hard to be certified as a private investigator. You usually just have to take a course. You can buy the lists on paper or computer disk. Contact your state unclaimed office, ask about current regulations if any, and ask if there is a cap on finder's fees. You might also check your local courthouse and ask about purchasing their list of unclaimed inheritances. You have to be a good reporter and learn about databases. There are many database services on the internet. Finder's fees can run fairly high depending on the amount you make someone aware that they're entitled to receive. Some states have formal rules on the fee you could be paid. Generally, the rate is 40% for up to $25,000 and 33% for any amount over that. One popular area is people who got FHA loans and either paid them off or defaulted. Many don't realize they're entitled to the mortgage insurance refunds. You can get the county lists free for the cost of the paper and send letters out to people. Make up a good contract where you offer to disclose the recipient money he has coming to him for a fee, then make him sign it such that he gives you the right to claim the money, take your cut and pay him his fee. If you tell them where the money is, they will keep it and you will have to end up suing them. Get a lawyer to draw up a professional contract for you. Chapter 2. Unclaimed money websites. Unclaimed money websites. 1. Missingmoney.com, maintained the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators, NAPA, free. Unclaimed.com/lost_bank_account.htm. Unclaimedassets.com. Unclaimed.org. USA.gov/citizens/topics/money_owed.shtml, the government may owe you money. MIB.com/lost_life_insurance.html. FHA. np.hud.gov/dsrs/refunds. Treasury bonds. treasuryhunt.gov. irs.gov/refunds. The Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation. pbgc.gov/wr/trusteed/plans.html. The Employee Benefits Security Administration. dol.gov/ebsa. Unclaimed Retirement Benefits. Unclaimedretirementbenefits.com. SEC Enforced Claims. sec.gov/divisions/enforce/claims.htm. FDIC. fdic.gov/funds/index.asp. Credit Unions, Unclaimed Deposits, ncua.gov/resources/am/pages/unclaimeddeposits.aspx. Unpaid Foreign Claims. fiscal.treasury.gov/fs-services/gov/pmt/unpd for claims/unpd for claims_home.htm. National Association of Unclaimed Property Administration. POB 7156. Bismarck, North Dakota 58507-7156. 859-244-8150. Unclaimed.org. Large database of unclaimed money. Stock brokerage and stock companies often go bankrupt or change names, leaving the shareholders to mistakenly believe their stocks are now worthless when they're not. If you believe you or a relative have stock assets somewhere, contact the following company to do a stock search for a small fee. Stock Search International. 10855 North Glen Abbey Drive, Tucson, Arizona 85737. 800-537-4523. Fax, 520-544-9395. StockSearchIntl.com. American Safe Deposit Association. 330 West Main St. Greenwood, Indiana 46142. 317-888-1118. 317-738-4432. AmericansAFEDeposit.com. For $100, they will search their database of 4,000 banks for the name of someone to see if they have a safe deposit box. Bankruptcy document retrieval. epub 45400. Laguna Beach, California 92652. If they're small-timers or you want to find the assets of a deceased relative, you can check out public business records through the following companies. Prentice Hall Financial Services. 500 Central Avenue, Albanic 12205. Fax, 518-459-2959. Asset searches. D.Y. Jones. 800-228-5112. Asset searches. Vigil Enterprises. 1804 Tribute Road, number 210. Sacramento, California 95815. Fax, 916-927-3389. Asset searches. Unclaimed money websites too. Treasuryhunt.gov, Unclaimed Savings Bonds. PBGC.gov, Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation Unclaimed Pension Benefits. MissingMoney.com. UnclaimedAssets.com. AssetSearchBlog.com. Unclaimed.org. MissingMoney.com. NTU.org, Unclaimed IRS Tax Refunds. UFLC.org. AssetSearchBlog.com. Cash-.com. CashUnclaimed.com. Claims.state.ny.us/index.hdm. ClassActionAmerica.com. Billions of dollars from class action settlements have historically been unclaimed by consumers, investors, small businesses. Dormantaccounts.ch, Swiss bank accounts. FDIC.gov/funds/index.asp, funds in a failed federally insured bank. FindCash.com. FoundMoney.com. FoundMoney.net. FreeMoneyY.takingthenet.com. AirSearch.com, 800-663-2255. HUD.gov/3rdparty.html, HUD mortgage refunds. ITCHIC.org, Holocaust-era insurance claims. Lowstandfound.com, if you have lost something, it might be on this website. MissingMoney.com. NCUA.gov. NewPD.com. PBGC.gov, 800-400-7242, database of people who haven't claimed their pensions. PBGC.gov, 800-326 lost, unclaimed pensions. Publicdebt.treasury.gov, 304-480-6112, unclaimed savings bonds. ScienceMadeSimple.com/fm3.html. sco.ca.gov/col/UCP, California unclaimed property. Search.pbgc.gov, pension benefits. StockSearchIntl.com, 800-537-4523, lost stocks. UCBSBANK-BANQUE-CANADA.ca/scripts/search_English.asp, unclaimed bank accounts, Canada. UnclaimedAssets.com. UnclaimedMoney.com. UNCLAIMED-MONEY-SEARCH.com. UNCLAIMED-PROPERTY.com. USPS.gov, 800-868-2443, lost or uncashed money orders. Webinfosearch.com/money. Chapter 3. Unclaimed Assets by U.S. State. State Unclaimed Assets Offices. NewPD.com. CSG.org. When writing to these organizations, preface the address with Unclaimed Property Division, State Treasury. Alabama. 50 Ripley St. Number 1116. Montgomery, Alabama 36132. 334-242-9614. Alaska. 1111 West 8th St. Number 106. Juneau, Alaska 99811. 907-465-4653. Fax 907-465-2375. Arizona. 1600 W. Monroe. Phoenix, Arizona 85007. 602-542-4643. Fax 602-542-4667.